It's my privilege tonight to evaluate Becky's speech, which is from the Advanced Manual, The Entertaining Speaker. And it's Project 3, and quite appropriately for tonight, the title is Make Them Laugh. And the objectives for the speech are to prepare a humorous speech drawn from her own experience, to strengthen that speech by adopting and personalising humorous material from outside sources. This is the executive brief that we have here. And deliver that speech in a way that makes the humour effective. It's 5 to 7 minutes. It is entitled, I Believe I Can Fly. With a speech entitled, I Believe I Can Fly, please welcome Becky Piper.
If I can see it, I can be it. If I can believe it, there's nothing to it. Wise words from R. Kelly. You may have noticed that I've rocked up here tonight in my best party outfit. There is a plan, believe it or not. I believe I can fly. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. There is a plan. On Saturday night, there wasn't a plan. I was at home and I was surrounded by cake decorations, magazines and musical instruments, waiting for inspiration to strike. It didn't. So, I moved the speech writing into the too hard pile. Has anybody got a too hard pile? Mine seems to be getting bigger at the moment. So yeah, I moved my speech writing into my too hard pile. And I went and did midnight cake decorating instead. The next day, I happened to be going flying with the 1st Stony Stratford Scout Group. Check out our Facebook page. And this provided me with all the inspiration I needed. I learnt to fly. I took my first flying lesson and I have to share it with you. So, does anybody here already know how to fly? Jim, you can correct me when I go wrong. For everyone else, you're in for a treat because tonight I'm going to demonstrate to you how I can fly and hopefully transfer some of that knowledge to you in the process. So, learning to fly. We need to address the 4 forces of flight. Number 1, lift. As the rush of air beneath your wings that supports you when you're in flight. So, okay, ooh, lift. Number 2, force number 2, weight. That's what gravity uses to try and pull you back down to earth. Got some of that. Number 3 is thrust. Number 3, thrust. Okay, that's the engine that provides you with the power and the energy to move forwards. But I haven't got an engine. Can I ask for my evaluator, please, to come and be my glamorous assistant? If you could hold on to my arm and pull me along. Oh, hang on. Number 4, the 4th force of flight. Drag. No, wait. I need something to slow me down, just in case I end up going too fast. Okay, let's go. I'm flying! The 4 forces of flight. There you go. Lift, weight, thrust and drag. Thank you. Have a round of applause for my participants. Thank you. Great. So, there you have it. I can show you some other things about flight as well. This is a roll. This is pitch. That's the angle you fly at. And that affects your speed. This is a yaw. Y-A-W. And you get a bit sick if you keep drifting around in a flat circle like that. That's a yaw. But I would like you to focus on the 4 forces of flight so that you can learn to fly too. Lift, weight, thrust and drag. And if you want to know how the cake ended up, there you go. That's my cake. And just to play us out. Thank you. Do your. Thank you very much.
Fellow Toastmasters, and particularly Becky, I believe I can fly. Great props, superb costume, good speech techniques in terms of the 4 things that you want to demonstrate, so use of triads but 4 instead of 3. Lift, gravity, thrust and drag. I think the first problem we came up with was lift, because you look more like you were going to crash. And it's because you used the skateboard. If you don't mind, I'm going to offer you a suggestion of how to demonstrate lift without you balancing yourself on a skateboard. Lift is a concept that's easily demonstrated by Bernoulli's theory of static and dynamic pressures. Air travelling across the surface of the wing makes it lift. And that gets that message across, I think, slightly better than you wobbling about on the skateboard. And I think the wobbling about on the skateboard actually detracted from 1 or 2 other things that Becky was doing. I think you lost confidence to a certain extent with that, because you didn't project yourself with the confidence that I'm used to seeing from you, Becky. Can I suggest that we try and find some other method of doing that? I'm going to make a suggestion for 2 of your 4 things. Thrust, rather than getting somebody else to come out and pull you across with the skateboard if you don't use the skateboard. Get one of these handheld fans and clip it to your front, switch it on, that'll be your propeller. You can then progress with your wings out and demonstrate lift as you get faster and faster. And I think you'll do that with more confidence than you might trying to wobble about on the skateboard. I felt very worried for your safety on that thing, and I think your voice reflected the fact that you weren't in balance. So maybe think of a different way of demonstrating those 2 techniques, and there's a suggestion you might play with. If Bernoulli's theory is too serious for you, find some other way of saying it. Coming back to the speech structure, good opening, great props, absolutely great props, all the props, including the drag. Good structure to it. And you told a story. And stories are always a good way to create a speech. It's around an activity that you took part in that obviously made a big impression on you, and you transferred that impression back onto us. So, very well done. I was just trying to see how I'm doing on time. Very well done. I think it was entertaining. I think you would make it more entertaining if you were less worried about falling off the skateboard. So I recommend you try and find a different way of demonstrating that. But very well done, very entertaining. I'll pass on to our next evaluator, Annie.